Youth with a Purpose has been around for 18 years in Buffalo, and basically we tell young people about Jesus Christ and people from the street. We're kind of like, I guess we look for kids that really don't hang out in church, that don't know the love of a father. Most of the kids we deal with don't have fathers. So we just hang out with a lot of gangsters and a lot of kids that we find on the street and tell them about Jesus.
I migrated from Phoenix, Arizona, and Bob and I met through Climb for Christ, and Bob is the founder and director of Youth with a Purpose, and I joined him to be his helpmate 7 years ago.
I was, I guess you could say, hanging out in the tabernacle, Full Gospel Tabernacle out in Orchard Park. Pastor Tommy Reed, I think almost anybody that knows him may consider him like a spiritual father, and then, of course, his wife Wanda's a spiritual mother. But we're hanging out at the prayer tower and hanging out with a guy, Pastor Jose Robles, who started a church on the west side, and I became the youth pastor dude. I've just been hanging out with kids my whole life, and happy to do that. And all of a sudden we're on the west side of Buffalo, and the hard part is you watch kids die, and you start to realize that some of the kids are falling through the cracks, and my heart is to pull the kids out of the cracks that are falling into them. So we ended up starting a church called His Dwelling Place on Prospect in Massachusetts, and then God opened up a door in the basement of Holy Cross Catholic Church on 7th Street, which they used to call World War III because of all the shootings down there. And then years later, we've been a few different places, and then God opened up the Bread of Life, and the people here at the Bread have just been phenomenal. The program here is growing, and we have guest speakers, and that's a quick history of 18 years. And one thing I want to correct, my wife says I was the founder. I said that once, and the Holy Spirit corrected me and says, I'm the founder. I let you be the director. So I don't say I'm the founder of anything. God's the founder.
And when Bob talks about the cracks in the sidewalk, God had given me a dream, because I never really understood the youth, and I had a dream, and the sidewalks were cracked, and their hands were reaching my ankles, crying out for help, because without Christ, we don't have anything. Christ is the only reason to live, and Christ is our all in all. Without Christ, we have no purpose, we have no destiny, we have no future. And God showed me clearly that without someone going into the highways and the byways, reaching the young people, because they are the future generation, they are so lost. And I pray that we will be able to touch many lives because of what Jesus has put inside of us.